Okay, this question comes from Reddit user RayRay52, and the question is,
Thanks, Ray.
moving out. Description. Can I walk out of my parents' house as soon as I turn 18 on my birthday? What I'm trying to say is, the question states, can I walk out of my parents' house as soon as I turn 18?
Oh,
This, in my
yeah.
head, comes across as,
You've
for
had a sheltered
17
childhood.
years and
You have been
364
told.
days, you have been scared to death about the thought of leaving your house. And you're thinking,
Every okay, every parent is different, and your parents have indoctrinated you to think that you're not allowed to walk out the door. When I have kids, I'm gonna tell them red is blue and blue is red, and they're gonna just get their minds blown at a very early age, and learn to not trust me. Um, it's gonna be real painful when they start to make friends, but those are gonna be some fun report cards coming home in preschool. Is all I'm saying. You gotta have fun with the kids. I think that's what these parents are doing. They've taught you that until you're 18 years old, you don't leave. You might have a shock collar that probably isn't even plugged
right,
in.
yeah,
And
happens.
they tell you that, the school has the other key to your collar and can unlock it so you can get on the bus. But you probably are homeschooled by the sound of it also. And this isn't a dig against homeschoolers, but they're not letting you leave. And that's pretty indicative of you sit in a classroom and your mom teaches you about why you can't go outside many hours a day.
I got a story for you, bud, and I'm talking to the Reddit user here. Man to man. Mano y mano. I once went outside, and I know you have no idea what that looks like. Let me just tell you, it's pretty blue, and it's pretty dope. I got on my bike. I know you've probably never seen one of those. And at 16 years old, with a guitar on my back, which I play piano, I don't play guitar. I turned to my mom and I said, would it be cool if I just ran away really quick? And she said, don't do that. And then I took my bike about a block down, and then I said, mac and cheese sounds pretty damn good right about now. And I came right back home. And I said, Mom, I'm back from running away. And she said,
Yeah.
hungry?
Yeah. Hungry? You ready?
So let me just tell you, within my span of outside running away and trying to get out of that house, at an early age, I'd say early
Did you
because
say 16?
yeah,
Did you
16.
say 16?
Yeah, 16. If you've got mac and cheese in the house, super worth just staying back and just kicking it and just enjoying some of that probably SpongeBob shaped mac and cheese that you got rocking in that house.
Yeah, I have some actual advice here. So I've learned something. I live with a family. I live with a family of 6, actually, believe it or not, right now, and I'm not related to them. The father is just a really good friend of mine and invited me to come live with them for a while, and that's where I'm at right now. And I've learned from their many kids that every kid runs away. It wasn't just me. Every kid at some point runs away, and it's usually about 12 minutes. But
Yeah.
they all do it, and once they're mildly inconvenienced by the sun or like they sit on a rock and their butt hurts, they come back. And it's usually not very dangerous. And I think it's really good to be like, all right, goodbye. Because that's what my parents said to me. They said, okay, go ahead, just look both ways before you cross the street. And I was like, sounds good. So everybody runs away. And in your case, it's direly important you try it once. Because I'll tell you what, air feels better outside. That's the biggest one. Air feels a lot better outside. If I sit inside for more than 24 hours, I'm like, I miss outdoor air. And the window won't cut it. So I go outside. I breathe it in, and then I go back and sit back in my chair because it's really comfy. But it falls very slowly. Have you noticed that, Zane, when we record? My chair, it slowly slides down.
And so does my mattress. It slowly deflates.
That's because you don't have a real bed.
You're not a real bed.
You have an air mattress with a hole in it. But that's Runaway. That's my advice to you.
If you're going to tell this person to run away, do you have any tips? Because they've clearly never seen the outside once. Do you have any helpful tips of all right, you're about to take on the outside for the very first time. Here's something you gotta know.
Yeah, okay. Well, I'm going to take a cue from you, Zane. I'm going to say bring lunch. First off, I think that's what those red and white, sacks you put over your shoulder were for in the first place.
Don't
it's really
bring
just a lunch.
Don't bring uncooked mac and cheese because then you're going to want to go home to cook it.
Yeah, that's something you got to realize. Outside, you can't cook. Well, not very well. You got to go somewhere special in order to cook outdoor food, and that's a place that you can burn stuff outside. Man, there. When I think about it, if you've never been outside, there are a lot of rules you got to explain to somebody.
Actually, if you live in the town where Spider-Man is, you probably got a lot of places that you could cook because they're burning those webs 24/7.
And I hear the web makes a nice flamey char to all your food that's really enjoyable.
Also, if you can't afford food, I'm sure there are a couple of flung deli sandwiches on some walls around town that you could take.
Scrape them off. They taste the same. They go the same place. Hopefully, you live in the same town as Spider-Man.
All right, final piece of advice. If you live in the same town as Spider-Man, run away, no question. You've got it
Absolutely.
made.
Because you're probably part of the Spider-Verse. You're probably going to get hooked into his scheme, and you're probably the next Spider-Man if you run away.
Mm-hmm.
There are also cameras watching you everywhere you go, and you don't realize it.